Hey everybody, how's it going? This is a video response to Doug Lander's his favorite horror remakes, and this is a selection of my favorite remakes. And this isn't just horror; this is just all around favorite remakes. Because if I did only horror, this would not be much of a list. Anyways, well, it's not much of a list in general as of now. Let's begin. I'm gonna do the non-horror first, and then save the horror for last. Alright, the first two I'm just gonna get out of the way is the Narnia films. Now a lot of people don't know this, but these are remakes of older films that were just extremely campy, and for the time they were pretty cool, and I enjoyed watching them. Those movies though were direct-to-TV movies. They were made directly in England, I think. They were shown on TV by PBS, and these movies are the theatrical releases. Now, these are better in a sense, but also you have to keep in mind that the original ones had this campy value to it that made it pretty cool. Anyways, moving on. Now, the next one is a remake that a lot of people like. It's like a love-hate kind of movie. It all depends on who you are. It's the King Kong remake, the Peter Jackson Kong. Now, this is a good one because unlike most remakes, this is all about just pure love for the first film. And you could tell that if you saw Peter Jackson's film Dead Alive, where where they start out on Skull Island. You could tell he was a fan of King Kong. So you could tell immediately going into King Kong that he's going to do a good job. Sure, it's a little long, and some of them felt unnecessary, but still some of it added to the film. It's not better than the original by any means, but this was just an all-around excellent film. And I think, no, that's not him, is it? Anyways, if you're fans of the original King Kong, this one will satisfy you. This one should satisfy you. Anyways, now on to my horror remakes. Now, some of you may be saying, that's a little bit of a stretch, but there were no rules of when they were released, I hope. Now, the first one was, the House of Wax remake. Yes, this is a remake. It's a remake to an earlier film. Came out in 1931. It's called Mystery of the Wax Museum. That starred Lionel Atwill, and it's legitimately the same plot. It was one of the first full-length colored films. Now, it was pretty good too, but what made this one really cool was the main character. And as any of you know, I'm a huge Vincent Price fan. This is all around just greatness. This DVD comes with both the original and the first remake, and the Paris Hilton version is nothing like these two films. They have nothing in common. These both were legitimately slashers for their time. They're really cool, and I recommend checking them out. The only problem is actually that the House of Wax, this one, was originally released in 3D, but I guess they couldn't transfer it to 3D, so it's not in 3D, this one, but it's still pretty cool. Oh yeah, and for the time of Mystery of the Wax Museum, when only color was very limited, they used two colors and then they just mixed them around. Alright, the next one is Horror of Dracula, and yes, this is a remake. It's a remake to Nosferatu and Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi. Now, what makes this film shine right here is Christopher Lee. He does an excellent job as Dracula, and he's one of the best Draculas of all time. He's not my favorite, but he's definitely my second favorite. This was produced by Hammer Films and was released under the and was produced by Warner Bros. Pictures. And I have to give it to Hammer. They did a really excellent job with their Dracula series. I do, however, wish they did I Am Legend, because they were originally going to do I Am Legend, but they never got it through because of censor issues, which is bupkis because all the adaptations did not do the novel justice, and Richard Matheson was actually supposed to be a part of that. Alright, last but not least is Dracula starring Bela Lugosi. This one is a remake to Nosferatu, that vampire classic. Now, this one shines due to Bela Lugosi, and he is the best Dracula. This is probably my favorite Dracula movie. The first one, his name was Count Orlok, so you can't really count that. Well, I guess you can. Okay, this is the first. This is my favorite one with him talking, with there actually being like sound. Anyways, this was a good film. It didn't have any music, similar to Black Christmas, the original, and it's just really cool. Bela Lugosi does an excellent job at what he does. The only problem is, this is only with my case, I can guarantee it, is that when I bought it, these two fell out, and when I glued it, I accidentally glued it upside down, so it doesn't stay closed. It keeps like opening and closing. Anyways, those are my favorite horror film remakes. And non-horror, like there's some, I'm gonna say the ones I also like. Let's see, I like the American version of The Ring. That was pretty cool. There was a chilling elements to that. There's also, I also really enjoyed the remake of The Thing, even though that some people won't count that as a remake. There's also the Hills Have Eyes remake. That wasn't that bad. It was okay, but it didn't really entertain me that much. And what else did I like? I don't remember. What was I thinking? I'm sorry, I can't remember any right now. Anyways, that's my favorite, not horror, my favorite remakes. See you later.